Hey movie lovers, Craig Silliphant, the Movie Geek here, and I'm going to go through my top 3 movies of 2021. Now, there's a catch to that. Because we live in Saskatchewan and not a bigger center, sometimes we don't get some of the best films of the year until early in the following year. So they come too late for the old year-end list. And there's a few movies like Licorice Pizza, the new P.T. Anderson movie, that we will get, but they don't open until well after this is being recorded. So I reserve the right to change these picks. That said, you're still getting a list of 3 great movies that I saw in 2021. And I should mention, there's also fun stuff like No Time to Die and Spider-Man No Way Home, but I wanted to give you a few that you may not have had a chance to see. The number 3 movie on my list is The Beatles Get Back. In 1969, the Beatles got together to record an album and a TV special, writing and rehearsing the songs in a matter of weeks. The pressure further fractured their relationship, but resulted in the last 2 Beatles albums, Let It Be and Abbey Road. A documentary crew recorded it all, and a somewhat sour movie called Let It Be was released in 1970. But Peter Jackson, yes, Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, got over 60 hours of footage and 150 hours of audio for his team to sort through. They cleaned it up and put it all together as The Beatles Get Back. It's not for everyone. It's about 8 hours long, split into 3 episodes on Disney+. But if you're a fan of music, the Beatles, or the creative process, it's one of the best movies of the year. You get to be in the room with the Beatles while they create. And yeah, there's tension and there's arguments like any band would have. But what you take away from it the most, unlike that 70s documentary, is just how much fun they were having and how well they played together. Number 2, Come On, Come On. Joaquin Phoenix plays a childless radio journalist who temporarily takes in his nephew, but this is so much more than a high-concept story about 2 disparate people thrust together. It's a philosophical examination of huge themes: motherhood, childhood, memory, mental illness, family, death, love. It's a beautiful, sweet, and sometimes heartbreaking film with spellbinding black and white photography. I gotta say, Come On, Come On is one of the most human films I've ever seen, and easily one of the best films of the year. And my number 1 movie of the year, Spencer. The best movie I've seen this year so far. Kristen Stewart hands in a career performance as Princess Diana in a fictional imagining of what she experienced over one royal Christmas weekend. Instead of leaning into the usual sentimental sadness that we get with Diana's story, we get to see her rage here. We see them gaslight her, weaponize food against her, lock her away from her past. The movie it's not as straightforward as the excellent Netflix series The Crown. It plunges us into surreal moments that are driven by her imagination and her growing mental unwellness. It's punctuated with a crazy, jazzy kind of score from Johnny Greenwood of Radiohead, and of course he did the score for There Will Be Blood. There's so many brilliant layers to this movie. I can't wait to see it again. There you have it. That's my top 3 movies of the year so far. I'm Craig Silliphant, the Movie Geek, and you're watching Punch TV.